English speaking course.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Podcast and Chill. I'm Leo, your always up for a laugh guy.
And I'm Gwen, here to bring a dash of logic and reason to Leo's. Well, let's call them enthusiastic's ideas.
Hey, every show needs a little humor, right? And who better to bring it than me?
All right. And together we bring you a mix of topics, from the thought-provoking to the downright hilarious.
Stay tuned and let's podcast and chill together.
As we approach the end of October, there's something ghostly in the air. Gwen, to begin, I got something for you.
But of course, what is this, Leo?
Do you know why the ghost was bad at lying?
I don't know. Why?
Because you could see right through him.
Okay, back to our main dish today, everybody. Halloween is around the corner. In fact, Halloween 2023 falls on a Tuesday.
Perfect for a Terror Tuesday movie night. But let's dig into its roots. Gwen, enlighten us about the ancient origins of Halloween.
Well, Halloween began as the festival of Samhain, celebrated by the Celts. This festival was celebrated at the end of the harvest season and marked the beginning of winter. They believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred, so the spirits of the dead would return to the earth.
Ooh, spooky. So it was like the ghosts of the past coming back for a little reunion party. Hey Bob, long time no see. How's the afterlife treating you?
Precisely, but not so humorous. Not all of the spirits were friendly.
So how did it evolve from this ancient festival?
Later, with the spread of Christianity, some of these traditions were incorporated into All Saints' Day, which later became
Halloween. I love it when things come together. Speaking of which, how did this tradition make its way to America?
Good question. Halloween came to America mainly through Irish immigrants in the 1800s. They brought over traditions like dressing up and
Trick-or-treating, knocking on doors for treats, like early morning room service, but spookier.
Exactly. Originally, it was souling in England, where people went door to door asking for soul cakes in exchange for prayers on All Souls' Day.
Soul cakes. They sound mysteriously delicious.
Halloween parties also became popular in America with games, food, and costumes. They were a way to celebrate the harvest and share ghost stories.
Gwen, have I ever told you about the most hilarious trick-or-treating incident I had as a kid?
No, but given your history of stories, I'm bracing myself. Go on.
And I decided to dress up as a mummy. You know, with the whole toilet paper wrap and everything.
Classic choice, Leo.
Thanks. So I was with my friends, and we were going house to house. We approached this one house with a giant "Beware of the Dog" sign. But, thinking it was just a Halloween gimmick, I confidently marched ahead, leading my troop.
Oh no, I sense where this is heading.
Just as I rang the doorbell, out comes not a dog, but a cat. And not just any cat, Gwen. A cat with an apparent vendetta against mummies. It leapt at me, claws out, and I, in all my mummified glory, started running down the street with this cat chasing after me, unwrapping my toilet paper costume as I went.
So you were unraveled by a cat?
Yes, my friends never let me live it down after that event. Every Halloween, they'd ask me if I was dressing up as Great Unwrapped Mummy. Ghostly. Related to a ghost or the supernatural. Example, the old mansion has a ghostly feel, especially at night. Ancient origins. The very old or earliest beginnings of something. Example, the ancient origins of the festival trace back thousands of years. Mischief. Playful behavior, especially when it causes minor annoyances or problems. Example, the kids got up to some mischief drawing on the walls with crayons. Druids. Religious leaders, teachers, and judges among the ancient Celtic groups. Example, the Druids were known for their wisdom and understanding of nature. Bobbing for apples. A game where apples float in a tub or a large basin of water and players try to grab the apples using only their teeth. Example, at the autumn festival, children were excitedly bobbing for apples.
According to the conversation, how did Halloween find its roots in ancient traditions? Halloween originated from the Celtic festival of Samhain, marking the end of the harvest and the start of winter. On October 31st, they believed the spirits of the dead returned to Earth. How did the tradition of Halloween come to America, and what was its primary influence? Halloween came to America mainly through Irish immigrants in the 1800s, who brought over traditions like dressing up and trick-or-treating.
Speaking of stories, Halloween movies have become a staple, from spine-chilling horrors to family-friendly animations.
That's true. Movies like Hocus Pocus have left their mark.
Imagine if instead of witches, it was 3 confused chefs trying to make a potion, but kept mixing up the recipe.
That'd be a cooking disaster, not a magical one.
And don't get me started on Casper the Friendly Ghost. What if he was Casper the Friendly Toast? Just floating around breakfast tables trying to spread butter on himself?
Leo, sometimes I wonder about your movie tastes.
All in good fun, Gwen. Halloween's all about the spooks, the laughs, and the candy-induced sugar rushes.
Right, and let's not forget the lesser-known rituals.
Oh, like Halloween matchmaking? I heard that in some cultures they believe Halloween was a time for love predictions and matchmaking.
Yes, some rituals were believed to predict future spouses or fates of relationships. And ghosts, well, they represent the spirits that walk among us on Halloween night.
Yeah, and Gwen, I got something in mind right now.
Yes?
Well, you know people always say they're floating around haunting houses. But what if they're just really bad at giving directions? Like, go through the wall, take a left at the creepy painting, float up 2 floors, and boom! You've arrived at your haunting destination.
Oh, Leo, that sounds more like a ghostly GPS gone wrong.
Well, maybe technology of the afterlife is not developed.
Sure it didn't. So what do you think about our furry friends?
I've always wondered why black cats are associated with Halloween.
Black cats were often seen as witches' familiars, creatures that aided them in their magic.
Wow, such a magnificent creature.
You think?
Yes. And you know what's the best thing about black cats during Halloween?
What's that?
They never need a costume. They're perfectly spooky all year round.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you call a black cat who can play the guitar?
What?
A performer, rocking out the spooky tunes on Halloween night. What do black cats wear to look more sophisticated during Halloween?
I have no idea.
Bow ties, because every cat wants to be a fancy feast on Halloween.
That's it. I'm cutting you off. No more cat puns for you today.
Oh, come on, Gwen. Just trying to add some personality to our chat.
Dear listeners, whether you're celebrating with soul cakes, watching horror movies, or just dressing up,
remember to enjoy the rich history and traditions of Halloween.
And maybe, if you're lucky, find your future spouse.
Or just more candy. Either way, it's a win. Happy Halloween, everyone. Staple. A main or important element of something. Example, rice is a staple food in many Asian countries. Rituals. A series of actions or type of behavior regularly and invariably followed by someone. Example, many people have daily rituals, like drinking a cup of coffee every morning. Matchmaking. The act of bringing 2 suitable people together so they may form a romantic relationship. Example, the elderly woman loved matchmaking, always trying to pair up the single men and women in her community. spooky, eerie or scary. Example, the old abandoned house looked very spooky at night. Sophisticated, having a refined knowledge of the ways of the world cultivated especially through wide experience. Example, the city folk seemed more sophisticated than the villagers. Performer, a play on words combining purr, sound made by a cat, and performer, someone who entertains or performs. Example, the cat with its musical meows was the best performer in the house.
According to the conversation, why are black cats associated with Halloween? Black cats were often seen as witches' familiars, creatures that aided them in their magic. What did Leo humorously suggest about ghosts and their relation to giving directions? Leo humorously suggested that maybe ghosts are just bad at giving directions and described them as a kind of ghostly GPS.
If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below.
We will answer in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like, share, and comment. Click here for more useful videos.